Ramblin man here. Alright, so let's talk some Simone Biles. I hear so many people talking about how it's un-American that she just quit on her team and all those different things. Alright, let's talk about this real quick. We tell our kids a lot of times that it's a sport. It is a sport, and it's not worth life or death. It's not the end of the world. And yes, while it is something that people strive for, and it's the ultimate platform to test your skills against other people. She's been there before, and yeah, there's a lot worse. I mean, you talk about NBA teams that people are NBA players that go to the Olympics. There's supposed to be really a place for not where a bunch of professionals go, but for a bunch of people that are top of their game. The best of the best of amateurs. That used to be what it was. Now you have all these professional athletes that get paid millions of dollars going to compete. So it's really good whenever people beat them, but beyond that, it's still just a sport. It is still just a sport. I want y'all to put that in perspective real quick. Now, if you listen to what Simone Biles says, because she's not un-American in any way, she was doing top-notch skills. And you see if you watched it at all, and I did not watch it, but I had to watch reviews of it, highlights of it, because I'm not watching the Olympics this year, but when she did the vault, she landed off kilter, and she took extra steps and all kinds of things, and people thought that she quit because she messed up, and she's like, oh, I'm just not doing the same. It wasn't about that. She talked about in that vault, she didn't know what was up, what was down, she couldn't find her way. They call it the twisties. From my understanding, when she was talking about it, she had the twisties. Sometimes can last a couple weeks, but it's when your body's out of sync. Now, I played sports before. Some days you feel like you're top of the game, you can't fail. Other days you feel like if you're sprinting, you're pulling something behind you. You feel like you're never going to get where you need to go. You just don't feel like you're up to it. Well, I've never been in a sport where I felt like if I did an over rotation. Oh, and by the way, that vault had 1.5 twists or flips in it. I can't remember, but it was supposed to have 2.5, but she had to cut out of it because she didn't have the right trajectory. Like I said, she was out of sync. But I've never been in a sport where if I landed with a half flip different, land on my neck, and I'm paralyzed for life. Now, I've known people that in the past have landed on their neck, broke their neck, and paralyzed from the neck down. That's no joke. It's nothing to mess with. But people, keyboard warriors, will sit here and talk about like how she bailed on the U.S. You know what? Life is not worth it. And if you're the only reason that America could win a gold, then obviously you're not the best team. And that's why you have people, backups, that come in that make the team as well as alternates, because you should be able to put anyone in there. And if you're truly the best team at the Olympics, you should be able to win. If you can't, then, hey, I'm just saying, if you can't win with the 4 best people you have after your top person bails out, then you're not the best team. She might be the best person there, but even at that, she wasn't risking something to be the best individual. And when she stepped back, guess who won? Another American. So America still came out on top in gold medalists in the individuals. So I'm just saying, for all the people out there bashing Simone Biles, you've never stepped into her shoes before. You couldn't begin to touch what she can do athletically and skillfully. She's 24, and when you feel that way, and if you're older, you start to relate, because you're like, you know what? I remember when I was a kid, I'd do all kinds of stupid things. I'd do things that just didn't matter. But as you get older, you think about consequences more. And when you're in your head and your body's out of sync, there's no reason for you to put yourself at a chance of complete annihilation, basically, of complete paralysis, death, or even just major injury. There's no reason to put yourself at that for the sake of pride. And that's exactly what that would have been if she went through with it. And let's be honest, her bowing out when she's not at her best was probably the best thing for the team anyway, because it gave them a fighting chance, because you have someone itching that's hungry for that gold medal, and they still came away with silver. by 3 points. So that's my take on Simone Biles. If you want to argue with me, go ahead, but you're not going to get anywhere because, like I said, this is my opinion, and I looked more into the facts and what she was dealing with, and I can't tell you if that were my daughter, if I would be like, you know what, screw what anybody else thinks, because that's what I would tell her. I'd say, screw what anybody else thinks, you do what is best for you, because it's not about anyone else but yourself. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you share this video, make sure you comment and like. Ramblin' Man out.